How to write great taglines that connect in 2021. In today's fast-paced digital marketplace, your brand will have about 3 seconds to make a lasting impression on your ideal audience. Use this checklist to create a great tagline, and your brand could become undeletable. Today, we're answering the question on every entrepreneur's mind. How do I write a great tagline that connects with my audience in 2021? And if you're as excited as I am to kick off your brand with a tagline that is going to connect with your ideal audience like crazy, let me know right now by quickly clicking that thumbs up and giving this episode a like. Enthusiasm is catchy, so let's spread the love and set the intention right now for creating a thriving and enthusiastic brand community that will create massive word-of-mouth advertising in 2021. Because that's how your brand can come out of nowhere and become an inspiration to millions. So let's jump right in. The first 3 things your ideal individuals are going to see when encountering your brand will be your name, tagline, and logo. Now, because of digital marketing, we see around 5,000 ads a day, and we feel pretty used to it by now. But our brains are processing so much information every day on top of everything else we're doing and everything else going on in the world, in our own lives as well. It's a lot. To cope with this digital onslaught of information constantly flying at us, we as consumers have adapted by becoming professional deleters. It is estimated that our memories are now automatically deleting close to 99% of the ads we see every day. So your brand's name, tagline, and logo better connect and connect fast. This fast-paced process that we have all gotten used to, like deciding what to buy, is called the blink test. And it's that 3 to 5 seconds your brand gets to make that stellar first impression on your ideal individuals. We decide in a blink whether to delete or to dive in. I've actually created an answer key for passing the blink test, and I'll give the link in the answer key in the description below for you, because it's really so important to get your brand out in 2021. Every brand hoping to capture the hearts of the digital consumer community will absolutely need to pass the blink test. And no matter what business you're in, brand loyalty is your business plan. For this episode, we're shining a spotlight on how to write a great tagline that connects with your ideal individuals. I've created a checklist to act as 4 simple guidelines to help you innovate and elevate your brand's tagline in a way that passes the blink test with flying colors. So here we go. The first item on your tagline checklist is create clarity. As tempting as it may be to choose a tagline that is clever, slightly vague, or could possibly make a person think I wonder what they mean by that. In the world of digital marketing, clarity outperforms clever every time. And more often than not, I wonder what they mean by that is going to result in a blink test fail. 3 to 5 seconds. Professional deleters now. Your ideal individuals don't care about what your brand knows until they know your brand cares about them. It's important that it's all about them. Your tagline is about your brand's opportunity to let your ideal individuals know in a blink that your brand cares about making their lives better. I often love to refer to the billion-dollar brands like Apple's Think Different or Coca-Cola's Open Happiness because they truly check every box on the checklist. However, if you're new to branding and in the beginning phases of building your brand community, it's important to note that when these rock star brands were starting out, their taglines were a bit more... That's okay. They weren't so succinct to let their future brand loyalists know exactly what their brand had to offer. One of Apple's first taglines was "the computer for the rest of us," which lets people know immediately that this is a company that creates computers that makes the lives of regular people better. Apple grew into Think Different over time and leaned into clarity over clever when they were still getting established. Coca-Cola's first tagline was simply "drink Coca-Cola." And yeah, it lets us know that Coca-Cola is a beverage, is drinkable. That's pretty much clear. But when you look a bit closer, you discover it was incredibly effective for the times because the nation was currently being swept up in a movement against drinking alcohol as we approached the Prohibition era. Drink Coca-Cola was a clear way of saying, who needs alcohol? Try this fun alternative instead, Coca-Cola. I wanted to give you one more example that I love. Geico. Okay, now, Geico is one of those billion-dollar brands that stuck with their clarity over clever tagline from the get-go. 15 minutes will save you 15% on car insurance. And it couldn't be more clear. In a blink, we know exactly who this company is and what it can do for us. And they leave the cleverness and the humor to their delightful mascots, which we love. Your brand's first tagline is an opportunity for your brand's to clearly convey the value your brand wishes to contribute to the lives of your community. There'll be plenty of opportunities later to delight them with the humor and cleverness. For the first impression, for passing that blink test, use your tagline, those precious moments in that blink test and to let them know that you care by letting them know exactly why you are there. Clarity outperforms clever every time. Next up on your tagline checklist, inspire a consistent emotion. One of the most brilliant guiding lights your brand will have for connecting you to your audience in 2021 is through establishing one all-important emotion for your brand to inspire over and over again. This one emotion should be consistent through your name, your tagline, your logo. In relationships, consistency builds trust, and your brand's tagline can lay the tracks for the beginning of a beautiful relationship by inspiring an emotion that your ideal individuals can learn to expect from your brand time and time again. Deciding what you want that one emotion to be and then infusing that emotion throughout your brand culture will ultimately define your brand as its very essence. The decision to buy is emotional. People will know your brand and distinguish it from all others, not by your name, tagline, logo, products, or services. No, they will know your brand by how well they feel your brand knows them. Earn their trust through emotional consistency. Because when they feel they know you, that's when they can really start to connect more deeply. The brand that knows them the best is the brand that wins brand loyalty. Remember, your brand isn't destined to become whatever you say it is. It's destined to become whatever everyone else says it is. And that will be entirely based on how your brand makes people feel. It's always about them, and it's always up to you. This leads to item number 3 on your checklist. Value every vulnerability. And it is imperative when creating a tagline to pass the blink test in 2021. Valuing every vulnerability means that your tagline faces down the limiting beliefs your ideal individuals encounter when deciding to buy. I call these limiting beliefs obstacles to buy. The most common limiting beliefs are centered around time, money, ability, and peer pressure. You value every vulnerability when you use your tagline to help them remove these limiting beliefs. L'Oreal, because you're worth it, removes the limiting beliefs around time, money, ability, and peer pressure. Do I have time to put on makeup? Can I afford this mascara right now? Will these cosmetics even do anything for me? You know what? I'm worth the time it takes. I'm worth the money it costs. I deserve to look good and feel my best. Do you see how, because you're worth it, helps L'Oreal's ideal individuals overcome their obstacles to buy? Nike's Just Do It blasts every limiting belief right out of the water. Do I have time to exercise? Just do it. Can I afford these shoes? Just do it. Can I make these new and exciting changes? Just do it. Only way to find out, I'm gonna just do it. Geico, 15 minutes will save you 15% on car insurance. Removes the limiting beliefs around time, money, energy, and ability. No explanation needed, no explanation necessary because they spell it out with such clarity. Valuing every vulnerability means your tagline sees into the real self, not the Photoshop self, the real beating heart truth beneath the surface of your ideal individual and says, this brand is where you belong. Come as you are. This is your home. Finally, we have number 4 on your checklist, and it's a big one. Offer a greater future. I actually created an entire masterclass on how to make your tagline an invitation to a greater future, and it will be an amazing additional resource for you. I'll be sure to include the link below in the description. So let me give you a few examples of great taglines. I love examples. They're so inspiring. So these are great taglines that are inviting people to their greater future, to the greater future of being an action taker, such as just do it, like Nike does, or the greater future of a greater relationships, such as like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. I don't know if I'm allowed to sing that. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Or time savings such as Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. And maybe money savings such as pay less, you could pay more. But why? Whatever greater future your brand has to offer, make your tagline a clear invitation to a party your ideal individual wants to attend. An invitation to a future they have been looking for all along. Make your tagline an invitation to a greater future that makes buying from your brand an instant win for them. Every moment you tie your new Nike running shoes is the moment you just do it. Every morning you apply your L'Oreal mascara is the moment you affirm to yourself, I'm worth it. Let's take a look at Visa. It's everywhere you want to be. This is about travel entrepreneurship and pioneership. Once you have your Visa in hand, you are free to travel the world. An instant, all-access pass to a greater future. On the other hand, we have MasterCard. Some things in life are priceless. For everything else, there's MasterCard. This is about friends and family. This is about making important and precious memories happen now. Once you have your MasterCard in hand, you are free to get your daughter braces, plan your parents' 50th anniversary party, book your family trip to Disneyland. MasterCard, also an instant all-access pass to a greater future. Make your tagline that invitation to a greater future, and the purchase becomes the easiest and best decision your ideal individuals could possibly make. Now that you have the checklist, it's time to start your creative engines without censoring yourself. Write a few sentences about what value your brand's products and services have to offer your ideal individuals. Remember, it's always about them. After you've written it out, trim it down just to one sentence. And then, using your 2021 greatest tagline checklist, brainstorm a list of possible taglines that hit the mark for each of these 4 guidelines we've covered, using the fewest possible words. So let's recap those 4 guidelines from your tagline checklist. They are: create clarity, inspire a consistent emotion, and value every vulnerability. Offer a greater future. While brainstorming, just let yourself flow. Come up with as many possibilities as you can. They don't all have to be contenders for the one tagline that will connect your brand with your ideal individuals. It actually may very well turn out that you'll find your greatest tagline by piecing together different ones. And also keep in mind that this is a tagline brainstorming list that you're creating. It's your valuable intellectual property, and that can't be easily converted into email headers or social media posts, ad campaigns. This exercise is a win-win. So really root your heart into the emotion you wish for your brand to most inspire, because that emotion will be the true connective fiber within your brand community. And then use that emotion as the touchstone. Allow your imagination to soar. Remember, if you get stuck, or if you'd like more information or inspiration, I have that in-depth tagline masterclass already posted on the YouTube entitled Greater Future, Make Your Tagline an Invitation. And I'll be sure to include that in the link below, as I promised before. Also, if you'd like me to do a deep dive episode that further explores how your tagline can remove obstacles to buy by valuing every vulnerability, or VEV, then just hashtag VEV in the comments below. And I'll be happy to do that for you as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to also click that bell so you don't miss a single thing. I release new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, so these videos are your masterclass for becoming an inspiration to millions with branding. And as always, the best way, the easiest, most simplest, streamlined way to become an inspiration to millions, it always starts with our motto: love what you do, love how you do it. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll love.